Welcome, guys. We're back here at the R+R Show. Executive Chef Russell LaCasce, General Manager Ronen Aviram. We're in the kitchen today. We're going to be cooking this beautiful spaghetti squash. We call it the John Berry. You want to give them the story on the John Berry?
So John Berry, fantastic individual located here in Scottsdale, is a frequent customer of ours at ZuZu here at Hotel Valley Ho. And he's here so much, and he would order the same thing every day. We said, you know what? We appreciate your business, and we actually named a dish after him. And it's evolved a little bit, as has John. But it's just really another example of ZuZu being kind of your local restaurant here for the local community. And sometimes our locals are here so much that we name some of our fun dishes after them. So the John Berry it is. Great
great man. Like I said, great supporter of the restaurant and the hotel here. Just an awesome guy. We're gonna get into this thing. Kind of start off with a couple of things. Are going to take a few minutes. Ronen's going to get going on the spaghetti squash.
Okay.
I'm going to take this spaghetti squash. Nice sharp knife. These are very hard, guys. So you want to make sure that when you cut this, be very careful. Okay, get your knife into there and kind of work to the board. Keep your hands away because you got to kind of force your way down on that. I know Ronen's got a lot of experience with these because these are his favorites.
I do like to cut the spaghetti squash, but the John Berry is available on our brunch menu. Which is served every day, 7 days a week in ZuZu from 6 to 2:30, and
also available curbside. Pick it up to go.
That's
curbside. Right. Yeah, we can. We call it the Ronen special. We drop a little avocado in that thing. That's the Ronen style, right?
Go ahead.
Russell style is you put a lot of chopped bacon into it, right? Or a 16-ounce prime ribeye over the top of it. But
now, is spaghetti squash available year-round, or is that something you have just once in a while on the menu here?
It is available year-round. It is a little bit more of a winter style, squash. It's a hearty squash. I love this vegetable because you can use it a lot like noodles, and you'll see how we're gonna roast this and kind of clean it, and it ends up being a lot like a noodle. For some you want to do a great little vegan dish, or eating healthy, but you want that pasta, and this is kind of what this dish is.
Yep, I think someone who likes to eat kind of a keto lifestyle menu, great substitute for pasta. I appreciate everyone joining us on the R+R Show, Ronen and Russell, and I think that we enjoy cooking, and Russell puts up with my kind of passion as I'm in his kitchen a lot talking about it, but if you have the opportunity or have the desire to kind of learn more about what we do in ZuZu, any of our menu items, we can do this. We can do this for you. We help you bring our R+R Show into your kitchen at home, and we can either, if you're local, we can get the ingredients for you. Russell and his team will source those for you, or we can give you a list, right? And then
Absolutely.
You can do it at home.
Absolutely, and it can be as interactive as you want. It can be as technically difficult or easy as you want, but it's a fun way to interact with the people on your end, during this time, and we can have some, a lot of fun, and you guys end up with a great meal, and cheers them with a glass of wine. So let's have some fun with it. Sure.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I got some pine nuts here. I spread them out on a little sheet pan, dry. We're just gonna give these a light toast into the oven. Not looking to go too dark on those, but just like anything else that is a raw ingredient, you want to get a little bit of toast on those to kind of cook them and bring those flavors out. We're going to spread that oil all over the top.
Got it.
Definitely get a good amount of salt. You'll notice that the seeds are in these. A lot of people will try to scoop those out from raw.
Yep.
They're difficult to scoop from raw. You're going to have to force it in there and whatever. I actually prefer to roast them in. You can get the little seeds out and you can pull those to the side, and you can use those. But you'll see when we're done with this, it comes out super easy. And it's a much easier process, right? Ease in the kitchen is always great.
What temperature are you roasting these at?
350 at your at-home ovens is perfect. About 45 minutes on those. I actually turn these face down once we get them all seasoned up.
Just olive oil, salt, and pepper?
Olive oil, salt, and pepper. That's it. Yep. So we're gonna turn those face down, and we're just gonna pop those right into our oven.
Fantastic.
So if you think of this dish as kind of a pasta-esque Italian style dish, we're gonna kind of pick this thing up in the pan. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a little pesto. We're gonna throw a nice little fresh pesto. This is basil from our garden here on the property. Ron, I'm gonna have you slice up some shallots to kind of start this thing. We're gonna give you a couple pieces of garlic here to chop up, because we'll get that into our saute as well.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have some tomatoes just to kind of give it that little bit of awesome kind of sweet acid that's gonna go great into this dish.
If you don't have a shallot at home, we could use a red onion or
Totally, yeah, red onion, white onion. It's really just layering flavor, building flavors into this great little dish, and you'll see how easy this thing is to pick up. And you can bulk prep this and eat it every day. It'll take you about 10 minutes to put together every day. Super duper easy.
Got it.
So I'm gonna pull my pine nuts out. Again, we're looking for just a quick toast on those. A little bit of color, not much. But you can smell those. They're kind of getting a little fragrant, nice perfume. Pine nuts are kind of more of a luxurious nut rather than say a peanut or something else. But great flavor. Classic pesto is made with pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of garlic, and a little squeeze of lemon. And fresh basil being the key into that. I'm gonna move my pan here. Slide over just a little.
So Russ, I know we do a lot of fun stuff in ZuZu. Can you share with us a little bit about the Versus series that we do every month?
Yes, so the Versus series is something we started probably about a year ago. It's something that it's so much fun. It's interactive with the crowd. We basically take, we've done beer versus wine, we've done beer versus tequila. Basically, we take and we do a menu, and we pair a beer or a wine or something with it, and then the crowd actually gets to judge on that.
Yep.
So it's a ton of fun. People leave full of drinks, full of food, enjoying life, and it's a great Saturday afternoon.
Listen, you get to hang out in ZuZu, you get to eat your amazing food that's prepared in ZuZu, and then if you get, whether it's a great winery or a great tequila or a cocktail or a beer that we offer in ZuZu, then and then get the competitive aspect. I think those events always seem to be a lot of fun. They are. They're not expensive. They're definitely affordable, and think about it. You get to have at least four courses.
Absolutely. Typically about $99. You come and get 3 courses. We do typically have done a reception with that. It's either a plated reception at your table, or in the past we've done more of like a fun shared reception type area.
So it's one opportunity to learn about maybe some of the wines we have in ZuZu, but we also have our Good Crush Wine Club, which we do a membership to, and you get access to a special collection of wines that are selected by our wine connoisseur, and then also access to him to kind of help you source maybe a favorite wine that you found in a restaurant somewhere while you were traveling. But it's also every month we have new wines that we give out to our customers who are in part of the Good Crush Wine Club.
It's such a good program too. You got 50% off bottles at the top tier, throughout the restaurant, and definitely pays for itself. It's a really, really great program these guys have put together. So right now I'm making this pesto going, right? Lots of fresh basil, kind of pushed in, toasted pine nuts, a couple cloves of garlic, a couple squeezes of lemon, oil. When you're using oil in this, everybody thinks to use extra virgin olive oil. Now, one thing with extra virgin olive oil, it will congeal in the fridge. It gets hard, like butter or something, right? I like to use more of a blended oil or something a little more neutral. That way, when you pull it out of the fridge cold, you can kind of just go right back and mix it up. So there's a little trick that I learned the hard way, and I was dealing with pesto butter at one point. That's no fun.
I think one of the things that you're well known for is your ability to teach people, and I appreciate that fact that you got patience from you, and I have questions for you, but I know your team appreciates as well. So if anyone ever has questions, you can reach out to us. Call us at 480-248-2000. Ask the chef. Send Russell an email. Follow us along on any of our social media.
Absolutely.
And again, we can do this for you in your home if you want to. The R+R Show we'll film a segment for something that you want off the ZuZu menu. Hey, we'll cook it for you. You know, we'll,
Absolutely.
And then again, as I mentioned, Russell's really great at teaching people and going through the steps that it takes to make an amazing entree or dessert.
Awesome. Hey, back to this pesto. Olive oil's in. We're gonna get this thing on low, and we are going to just get this thing kind of working. Again, it's gonna take a minute. You don't want to add too much liquid at the beginning. I'm gonna drizzle some oil into this. A lot of oil goes into a pesto. You don't want to use a lot of water or anything like that. It's just gonna water everything down. All right, so you can see it kind of push it down again. Something like this. Turn it off. Take the lid off. Remove the jug. Push your ingredients down in here, and move them around. Get them down into that blade in the bottom there. Right? You definitely don't want to start sticking your spoon in a blender that's moving or rotating.
Absolutely.
The result that you will have is not the one you're looking for. So I push that around. A lot of these nowadays, they come with a little plunger that's perfectly made to kind of push things around. So if you have one of those, feel free, and you can do that while it is running. So you can see it down at the bottom. It's starting to come together there. Ronen, I better squash this first. You want to put up?
Let me grab the squash. Yeah, good idea.
So at this point, a little more oil. You guys can see it's starting to come together now. That beautiful pesto that we're looking for. And that's it, guys. Super easy. Beautiful, bright, vibrant green. Put this in a little bowl here. Vibrant green pesto. It's exactly what we're looking for on that. Awesome. So you see, we got our squash. It's definitely brown. It's roasted. It's soft. It's tender.
Can we cut and start back on the squash?
Yeah, absolutely.
Flip it back over.
You want me to pull it out of the oven?
You can leave it out. It's already out. We're just.
You want me to flip it?
Okay, we've got our beautiful spaghetti squash out. You can see, you flip this over. That color right there is what you're looking for. That is the caramelized sugar of the squash. It makes that squash taste amazing.
All right, so
it's soft. You can kind of feel that it's done. This is obviously chilled a little bit so we can handle it, but take a fork, puncture it a little bit, make sure it's all done and soft.
Russell says it's chilled. For me, it's like scorching, but you've got a different level. So I'm gonna scoop these out.
Yeah, so what I was talking about real quick, just to show you, you can see how the seeds, you can literally just kind of take your spoon and pull those seeds right out and just take it all out in one fell scoop, one little scoop here. Instead of forcing it with, you know, rock hard, trying to scrape that and get every little piece out, right? This stuff is like dealing with pasta sometimes, so you get some that are down in there. Seeds are not going to affect you. Anyway, that's what we got, right? So now you're going to take a fork. Ronen, you know what to do.
Yep.
You're just going to kind of lightly tender, kind of go through that with a fork, just to kind of break it up, and it literally looks like noodles, guys.
Great. This looks delicious and smells amazing.
Great.
Definitely one of our healthy items that we have available on the menu. And however, we are known for our showstopper shakes as well, right?
Finish off your, have a great healthy lunch and finish it off with a 1 quart shake that is topped with all kinds of fresh baked goodies, cakes, cupcakes, candies, all kinds of things. We have a new one each month. We have something called short stoppers as well that we just kind of created for our to-go side of things. Smaller version, but still that great creativeness that our bake shop here does. I mean, I am blessed to have an amazing pastry team here at the hotel.
Those short stoppers are also available. You can take them to go, which is kind of cool. I know the show stoppers are our signature dessert, and we change them every month, but we do the short stoppers, we change them as well, right?
Absolutely. Yep, we change those monthly as well. Again, the idea kind of came about because we really can't do the big showstopper shake to go. So we wanted to have something that was available for people to take home. It's a little smaller, a little less priced. They're about $12 out the door. And it's still a pretty healthy size shake, guys. Anyway, that looks amazing what you're doing there. I'm gonna cut these little cherry tomatoes real quick while I'm watching you.
I got some here for you if you
Oh,
want.
you do. Perfect.
Yes, chef.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, Ronen, you hand me that shrimp over there. I can kind of start getting our dish working here.
Olive oil too.
I've got some oil here that we're gonna cook with.
Okay.
Olive oil has a lower smoke point, guys. So when you're sautéing like this, careful to use olive oil because you really can't get that pan as hot as you want it. So you'll see this pan is dancing a little bit for us. Get that oil in. You can see this oil's moving around. We're gonna pick this up just like a pasta. Okay. I'm gonna move it off the heat. You see that it's getting a little hot. A couple of tricks to this. Move it off the heat, obviously. If these types of pans, the cast iron pan, it's gonna hold that heat very, very well. Okay? But if you keep it on the heat, it's just gonna keep getting hotter and hotter. So you wanna kind of balance that off. If it gets really, really hot, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, pull it off the heat, throw a pat of butter in it. Ice cold butter, right in that pan, it's gonna cool that pan right down immediately.
Okay. Make it taste better.
Exactly. So I'm gonna start with my shallots. I'm gonna take my shrimp. Reach over here. A little bit of salt on my shrimp. These are a U10 kind of jumbo Mexican wild shrimp. Great flavor, great quality on these. I'm gonna take my spoon. I'm gonna move my shallots kind of to one side to keep those caramelizing.
So there's some savory aspects to this as well. Would you recommend a special drink pairing with this as well?
You know, a glass of wine always goes well, but let's get over to PJ and see what he thinks.
Sounds good.
Awesome. I can't wait to try that John Berry with those beautiful grilled shrimp paired with this ZuZu Mango Tango. You think the flavors of shrimp with tequila, lime, orange, and mango. I think this is going to go really great. And I've got one of Chef Russell's favorite ingredients, tahini here. That's going to go right on the rim. You think like salt on the margarita, we're going to do tahini on this. So for our ZuZu Mango Tango, we're going to use our grilled jalapeno infused tequila using jalapenos from Chef Russell's Herb Garden. Grill those up and let them soak in the Patron Silver. We're gonna use a little bit of agavero, which is a Mexican agave-based liqueur made with Demiana flower. Demiana flower is known in Latin America to get you out on the dance floor and fall in love, is the polite way of saying that. A little fresh lime juice, of course, and then this beautiful real mango puree. Plenty of it. There we go. Okay. Always remember to smile while you shake it. Oh yeah. Right here. Okay, sweet, smoky, savory. This is gonna be a gorgeous accompaniment. Just a little dehydrated lime wheel, and there it is. Cheers to you, the ZuZu Mango Tango.
All right, guys, so we've got our shrimp here. It's cooked. We're gonna pull this out of the pan. Get it back off of there so we can continue to build kind of our base to this dish. We've got our shallots that have been caramelized. You can see those. At this point, I'm going to go in with my garlic. Be very careful with your garlic. You do not want to burn them, okay? You just want to kind of get that in. Watch it very close. Maybe a minute in that hot fat.
The aromas are awesome right now. Just smell the goodness in the kitchen. Nice fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely. Now, tomatoes. We're gonna give a good blister into that fat on these tomatoes. We don't wanna like cook them down to mush, but we're gonna kind of just get them tossed in with that hot fat. Another thing those tomatoes are gonna do is they're gonna cool that pan down just a little bit. The liquid from those tomatoes is gonna help kind of stop the cooking process a little bit, right? This pan's getting a little hot on it. All right, let's get our squash in here next. Perfect. So you can see that squash is just like pasta. Right, it's very similar to like a noodle, like a linguine noodle, right? So it's a great vehicle. It's very hardy and sturdy, so it's not gonna break down on you and turn to mush.
Yep.
So again, we're cooking this up. If you wanted to turn this into the Ronen style John Berry, this is the time when you probably fold in an avocado.
I always like to thank John when he's in the restaurant. So I joke with him that I fall in love with his dish, and I think it's an amazing brunch item, and but I told him that I really like avocados. I try to eat one every day, and he started eating it Ronen style now, which is what he calls it, which is adding an avocado to it. So I'll slice up an avocado and add it up again. You can do that if you want. It comes with with the shrimp and the pine nuts, so it's pretty hearty to begin with. But if you want a little extra freshness, avocados, in my opinion, is the way to go, and I think Mr. Berry himself even agrees.
At this point, we're just looking to kind of incorporate that squash into everything, get it coated. We're gonna add our pesto, right? You can see we're just looking for a nice coat on that pesto. If your pan gets a little dry, you can always add like a splash of water or even a little white wine if you want, or we're gonna hit this with a little squeeze of lemon right at the end just to brighten it up. But guys, that's pretty much what we're looking for there. Okay, you can see those tomatoes aren't mush. Everything's coated. That is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna turn that heat off. I'm gonna pull that off.
We grab the pine nuts out of the oven.
Pine nuts are here.
Oh, there they are. Got it.
We've got our plates. We're gonna go right into this little bowl here. So, on the plate up for this, I am going to get these tops. So we kind of take that pasta, throw that down at the base. Again, I call this pasta, it's nothing about this pasta except for the look of it.
So we had a few different size shapes of spaghetti squash, but how many is it typically you need to make kind of one course?
Half a squash.
Got it.
Probably be a good amount. This is a big portion for one person, right? Depending on how you eat and how you like.
Talk to us. We've got the.
Yep. Absolutely. This is a light appetizer for Ronen right here. We're gonna take and garnish this. We got our 3 beautiful shrimp. I'm gonna turn that so you guys can see it. See those shrimp sitting there. Little fresh Parmesan cheese. A little bit of toasted pine nut over the top. And a little torn basil, just where it's bright. When you tear that basil, kind of squeeze it, turn it, release those oils, and you get all the vibrance of that squash. Okay, and again, beautiful pasta, a little spaghetti squash pasta.
Great. Again, it's always fun to cook with you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If you ever want us to do this in your house, for yourself, your family, for your group, let us know. The R+R Show, the Ronen and Russell Show, as some people call it.
It's the Russell Ronen Show. Let's
fair
be
enough.
real about it.
We appreciate you visiting us and joining us
guys.
for another edition of the R+R Show. Thank you.
Take care.